Huawei, proud sponsor of TechBusters.
Ben Norton is a wearable design expert at Huawei, and they, of course, launched the Huawei watch here at Mobile World Congress 2015, and he's holding the watch in his hand. I mean, look at this watch. Beautiful, beautiful looking watch, impressive design. Now, before we talk about the watch, Ben, I mean, your background is design. You've worked with one of the, some of the world's top design companies in watches. You're now designing incredible technology like this at Huawei. How has the transition been from designing, just regular watches to designing an electronic watch with incredible features?
Well, as you said, I've spent 9 years working for the world's biggest fashion watch company, and designing watches from the low level up until the mid level. And I wanted to bring that experience and that knowledge to the smartwatch industry, because historically smartwatches have been quite technologically orientated. They kind of had that kind of geek factor to them, and with the upsurge in wearables, I thought it's very important. We believe it's very important that smartwatches become more fashionable and become more like traditional watches.
So tell me about this new Huawei watch. What sets this apart from other wearable watches?
What sets us apart from other wearable watches, it's most similar to a traditional watch. It's more similar to a traditional watch than other wearable watches. I can give you some reasons why. First of all, I just want to show you the case back here. It is actually made out of metal, whereas typically a lot of smart watches are made out of plastic. And it has other elements, such as the top ring and the crown, which are also traditional watch elements. And also, the sizing is 42 millimeters, which is a very typical size for a mid-level watch.
Yeah.
And the other good thing I want to mention about this watch is it's versatile, not only in its terms of style. You can wear it with a tuxedo, or you can wear it with a polo shirt, but it's also suitable for both a man and a woman. I want to tell you a little bit about the women's watch industry. There are two categories. One of them is like the petite sizes, the petite size watch categories, which is like 26 millimeters to 28 millimeters, and the other is like what we call the, in inverted commas, the boyfriend watch category.
Like the big stuff that...
Yeah, exactly, the big stuff, which is 38 millimeters to 42 millimeters. And because of the design of the lugs, the width of the lug, this strap in particular is actually 21 millimeters in width. But if we were to use the inside part of the lugs here, it can be 18 millimeters, and that would be on the women's version. Also important to note is it's sapphire crystal, and it's the first Android Wear watch that has a sapphire crystal, and this is a very key element in luxury watches.
How difficult is it to incorporate the electronics inside here? I mean, what kind of electronics are we talking about here? I mean, it's obviously packed with sensors, but are there any differences between what's packed electronically in here compared to your competitors?
Well, what I want to do is compare the smartwatch, the electronics of a smartwatch, to the electronics of a traditional watch. Electronics of a traditional watch are actually far less challenging to work around. Mm-hmm. Well, these are far more, obviously with the smartwatch, the display part of the stacking has to be right up against the crystal. Yeah. So it's made it more challenging to add features like a top ring. But we feel that we've done this very successfully. We feel that we've created a beautiful top ring here.
Is this a future, Ben? Is this what we're going to have instead of a smartphone in 10 years from now? Is this where it's going? Because obviously the electronics is going to get smaller in time, but your sense of design and your experience over the last decade or so, is this where the world is heading towards?
Wherever it will place a phone, time will tell. You definitely get more advanced, in terms of connectivity to your home, connectivity to your other devices such as your phone and your tablet and so on.
Will it eventually be able to make coffee for you in the morning?
Quite possibly, yes. I mean, I envisage a time where we'll maybe be able to make coffee, open your curtains, open your garage door, and do all those other fun stuff.
Well, that's where we'll leave Barcelona. Lots of tapas, great beer, the Ramblas, and the incredible architecture of Gaudi. But behind all of this, the Mobile World Congress has been absolutely fascinating. Wearable devices dominating, the latest handsets being launched, virtual reality is something of the future, and they're all talking 5G, next generation networks, super high-speed connectivity on these mobile devices, which have become the center of our world. And this is where the world is focused, and this is why mobile is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Goodbye from Barcelona.